Hey y'all, we're coming right up on Thanksgiving. I have found a lot of cute and useful things for my household and wanted to share with you. And I also wanted to let you know that since the last time I posted, I've been spending some time with my beautiful little mama who's been in the hospital, but she's better now. So anyway, I found this several days ago and I absolutely adore the stitching and the beading on that. I paid $3.99, but this looks like a very high-end kind of piece. I did find a comparative listing, and by the way, when I find a comparative listing, it's just an idea. I'm not saying I would pay that, but look at this thing. This is solid wood. It's beautiful. As best I can tell, look how big it is. It's as wide as my table. I paid $19.98. And when I tried to find comparative listings just to see what other people are paying for it or what other people are listing it for, wow, way too high. It does have a plate rack on top, but I think it's a quilt rack. Here was the closest thing I could find, and there's no way, $295. I mean, who would pay that? I would not. But that's the closest thing I could find to what I found. Now this looks to me like it probably came from Hobby Lobby. It's rusty. That metal in there is rusty. I paid $3.99 and I couldn't find any kind of comparative listing, but it looks a lot like what Hobby Lobby always has, the metal and wood wall decor hanging stuff. This I think I will use in my craft room in one of my drawers, probably to put some of my sewing machine supplies in those slots. I don't need another silverware divider, but this one is still for sale for $20, the one that has 7 slots. I always love an old book, even if it is shabby and some of the binding is chipped away. I don't care. I love them anyway. I paid $1 each for these. And I love the way that flower looks on there. I just think that's precious. And 1,000 Beautiful Things, well, you just can't get much better subject material than 1,000 Beautiful Things. I love it so much. 1947 was the publishing date on that one. And I think the other one, 1949. So that's a really old book, and I just enjoy having old books in my home. I think they're precious. I do read several of them. This little throw had a Hobby Lobby tag, like the sewn in tag, and I paid $2.98, and I couldn't find anything that was a comparative value, but I did find a throw that is about the same size from Walmart, and there's no way $49.99. That's way too high. But, somehow or other, I'm just compelled to see if it's still available in the real world. Okay, I paid $3.98 for this one. And the only comparative thing I could find about the same size and constructed the same was $46. I think that was an eBay listing. No way would I pay that much. Okay, I love just little linen things, and 49 cents was very sweet. This is a solid wood with a linen insert for $2, and it's very big. It's like probably 2 feet by something, and if you needed to order it online, you could pay $110. That's all. I wouldn't. Okay, it's because I'm a thrifter and I know you can find these things just, for pennies. Okay, 99 cents because it's my favorite woven type of tea towel, and this is a canvas drawstring bag, $1.98, and I use this kind of stuff when we go camping and when we do our kayaking. Okay, I've got some little granddaughters who are interested in the American Girl dolls, the 18-inch kind. And so I've been keeping an eye out for some. These are not American Girl. They are the City Toy, I think, is one of the brands that maybe Walmart sells. I'm not sure. But anyway, for little girls ages 5 and 6, this is about perfect. And that one was an even better price. It was $1.99. And that one needs some hair combing and some clothing, which I did have a little bag from many months ago of, I think it's the right size for 18-inch dolls, $3 for a bag full of clothing with some shoes in it. So that'll be something for my little granddaughters. This, I had to look it up while I was standing there in the thrift store because I really couldn't tell what it is. It's an ice cream maker. Now, I just got it for fun. I only paid $4.98 for it. And when I looked up the value, I was a little bit surprised at how much they sell for still today. This one, $49.90. I think that was an eBay listing. Now, I've never had an immersion blender. I have long thought that I would enjoy. I think I paid $3.98, but it could have been one of the tags that was half price. I might have just paid $2, can't remember. But even used, 1966 from eBay, and that is a price that somebody really did sell because it was a sold listing. I think these little Coca-Cola Santas are so cute, and this little box was just $2. And I think that my little grand darlings will enjoy playing with some decks of cards. If you wanted to look it up, 1996, and find a set for yourself, it is listed on eBay. Now, I have trouble believing that this is super old. I mean, maybe it is. It's got some rust down in it, but it's in pretty shiny, good condition. You can see that I paid $1 for it, and you can see it says Bromwell's. Well, when I looked up the value on this thing, it says it's much older. Like, I didn't think it would have been from the 1940s. I would have guessed maybe the 60s or 70s. I don't know, hard to tell. Okay, now just this brought back all the feelings of my childhood, because if you can't tell, that is a meadow gold. I've got a better picture here in a second. I paid half of 50 cents. I paid 25 cents for it. Trophy meadow gold. I guess this was a souvenir cup. I'm not sure, but listen, we had milk delivered to our front door every week of my childhood, and it was meadow gold milk. Now, this little one, I got that because my husband takes red wine vinegar just medicinally. And when I find an interesting little tiny, that says 25 cents, but I paid half of that. When I find little cute shot glasses, that's about perfect for him to take his vinegar. Okay, that says Roanoke, Alabama on the bottom of it, quality beverages. And I had a hard time finding one that said Roanoke, Alabama on it, but this was a very comparable listing. That as well, I couldn't find anything, that looked exactly like that. I found several Department 54 ones that looked similar, but I paid half of $3. Junk Beautiful. Pretty sure I paid 25 cents for this. It's a soft cover book, and it said it came from the West Florida Public Library, so someone accidentally stole it. Accidentally didn't return it or something like that. It is still available on Amazon for pretty cheap, but I've read about halfway through it, and it's really interesting. Y'all, somebody tell me what in the world these are. I paid $1 for the 3 of them. They've got a little leather hook on them like they would be an ornament, but I don't know what they are. Somebody tell me. Look at this. This is wool tweed, and there's about, I'd say 2.5 or 3 yards of it, and it is soft. It is beautiful. It is so worthy for $3. And when I looked up what I could find that looked like that same pattern, it's extremely expensive wool by the yard. I don't know. Might not be 100% wool. I'm not sure. This thing, I believe, must be an 8mm camera box. $2. It's leather. It's ever so cute. The strap is broken on it. The strap is kind of hanging around there somewhere toward the back, but it's broken off. This was that same brand, Bolex, but it's not shaped exactly the same, but it's kind of similar. Now this, 50 cents. Now, it was the same day in the same place that I found that wool fabric. So since I knew I was buying the fabric, I just tried these pinking shears on the edge of my fabric, and boy, they cut like a charm. Turns out, Sewology, that's Hobby Lobby brand, and they were $14.99. Sewology, I don't think ever goes on sale. So, you know, it would have actually been $14.99. Here's a little assortment of things. Now, who besides me would buy just the lid of of something? But I love the hammered aluminum stuff. I've got several pieces of it, and I know that layered up and displayed with my other hammered aluminum things, it would be nice. I always buy little paintbrushes that are good quality. And okay, so I found out that this must be what goes on the ice bucket. Now, if you wanted the lid and the bucket that goes with it, it's listed for $22. The little glass bottles, little mamas these days, I know my daughters use Dr. Brown's bottles, and I just like the nostalgia of those glass bottles. That is not particularly my favorite, cutest look. I paid half of 99 cents, and I intend to do a little something to it to kind of zhuzh it up and make it a little cuter. It's vintage, but I think I can make it cuter than that. It's cute as it is, and it does have a flicker bulb in it. Okay, I already have a couple of these train cases, but I really have specific plans for this train case, vintage train case, because I have been wanting for a long time to make one into a Christmas, tartan plaid Christmas one. It's in good shape. It doesn't have a stain on the inside. Don't really care about that too much. A comparative listing for that same brand, $42.96. Not that I would ever pay it. And here's the Pinterest inspiration picture for what I'm going to do. I'm going to Mod Podge fabric onto it, and I'm excited about that project. I think it'll be so fun. This big thing is so good. The thing that's wrong with it for $4.99 is that the handle, it has been broken and someone has duct taped all around it. But I've got some other old suitcases that does still have a good handle, so I think I can switch around. I've never seen, it's huge, it's big. Look how big it is sitting there on my full-size dining room table. Have you ever seen one with a tray like that? I've never, and I've got a lot of vintage suitcases, but I've never seen one that the tray comes out like that. It's a Hartman, and I don't know if I would call that leather or not, but it's in great shape. This was the only Hartman blue hard side that I could find listed, and they really think a lot of it to list it for $175. Okay, these little glass ornaments for $2. I love to hang solid color glass ornaments kind of deep down in my tree, like closer to the trunk. They add so much depth and shine because your lights will reflect off of it. It came originally from Hobby Lobby, and I did find one on eBay that is still new in the package like mine, listed for $17. Okay, look at this beauty. I already have one exactly like this in aqua with the lid, and I think I paid maybe $5 for the other one, which was a better deal than this, because for this one, but it's brand new, still has the sticker on it, I did pay $15.99, or probably Sue. Sue paid for it for me because she's a little whistle britches. She gets up to the counter and pays for my stuff. That was a comparable listing. I couldn't find it anywhere but eBay. I guess maybe it's older stock. I don't know. But listen, it's the perfect size to make a wonderful pot of chili or taco soup or something. I plan to be doing a lot of cooking over the next couple of days. I'm going to be hosting Ben's family on Thursday and my family on Friday at my home, and maybe I'll take some footage and share a little bit of that with you on an upcoming video. In the meantime, I pray that all of you have a beautiful, wonderful, lovely Thanksgiving holiday. I pray that you are blessed and that the Lord speaks to you in a fresh way every day.